As Shakespeare once wrote in his play A Midsummer Night's Dream, the course of true love never did run smooth. Wise words from the bard there. And never has that been more true than in the romance between stars of Made in Chelsea, JP and Binky.
JP, I deserve a lot more than what you've been doing then, because you've been completely giving me mixed signals.
You're making it out like I've been messing you around and leading you on. I'm so confused to this situation, and for some reason
you keep saying you're confused, JP. What is there to be confused about?
I have 12 stupendously useful phrases to talk about breaking up and making up. I can't wait to share them with you guys. So let's get going. Hello, it's your London boy, Teacher Tom. I'm here to teach you fresh, modern British English so that you can communicate with confidence and clarity. Now, I'm going to give you a quick bit of background information about the TV show Made in Chelsea and the area of Chelsea itself. But if you want to go straight to the phrases, just skip ahead and I'll see you there. Made in Chelsea chronicles the real lives of a group of affluent young people in West London. It's been going since 2011 and has had many notable characters, including the two that we're going to focus on today, JP and Binky. Chelsea is an affluent area in West London, just north of the River Thames, although it does have a southwest postcode. It's well known for its boutique shops and its posh restaurants. Now, the term Sloane Ranger was coined to describe upper middle class or upper class people from this part of London who have a particular sense of style, dress and upbringing. Now, interestingly, Chelsea has one of the largest American communities outside of the USA, with around 6% of people from Chelsea actually having been born in America. Chelsea used to have a very bohemian reputation with artists, poets and writers. Then in the 1960s, it was the heart of swinging London, attracting models and musicians like Twiggy, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. And there's this concept of the Chelsea girl having a life is fabulous kind of philosophy. And all of this cultural history feeds into the TV program Made in Chelsea and how we as viewers view the protagonists. Okay, let's get to our first clip of Binky and JP talking.
I don't want to get paranoid thinking that I'm upsetting you or I'm hurting you, and I don't want to be rushing into a relationship with someone like that.
We haven't been rushing into anything.
Okay, our first phrase, to rush into something. JP says that he doesn't want to rush into a relationship with Binky. Now, she in turn says, well, we're not rushing into it. The idea of rushing into something is to start doing something quickly without really thinking carefully about what you're doing. And this is what he feels he's doing. He thinks he is entering into a relationship without really thinking about it. She obviously has different ideas. Now, we can rush into a relationship, of course, but we can rush into other things. Often we rush into decisions. So we make decisions before we've thought about them carefully.
And I don't want to be rushing into a relationship with someone like that.
We haven't been rushing into anything. Either we give it a go or we're going to have to stop doing what we're doing.
Our next phrase, to give something a go, and this means to try to make a relationship successful. It has other meanings, but this is the one we're looking at right now. So she says either we give it a go or we stop. So either we try to make this relationship successful or we stop trying.
Either we give it a go or we're going to have to stop doing what we're doing. JP, I deserve a lot more than what you've been doing then, because you've been completely giving me mixed signals.
You're making it out like I've been messing you around and leading you on.
Okay, I love the way JP just kind of repeats himself, but you. Always a sign that you're on the defensive. Now, there's a great phrase here, to give someone mixed signals. Now, this is contradictory behavior to a potential partner. So you say one thing and then you do the opposite. So maybe he's being very flirtatious and he's being very sweet and romantic to her, but then the next moment he's kind of cold and unfriendly. So he's giving her mixed signals. Maybe one moment he's sort of into her and the next minute he's not. And she doesn't know, how he feels. So this is to give someone mixed signals.
JP, I deserve a lot more than what you've been doing then, because you've been completely giving me mixed signals.
You're making it out like I've been messing you around and leading you on.
Now he counters that by saying, you're making it sound like I've been messing you around. This is a fantastic phrase. To mess someone around is to behave badly towards them, so that they are confused and they don't know where they stand with you. They don't know how you feel about them. So it's a very negative phrase, a negative idea. So perhaps you say to them, let's be a couple, and then the next morning you're like, actually no, I'm not really into it, forget that. So you they don't know how you feel, and that you are treating them in a bad way. So it can be very confusing, and yeah, not a great thing.
No.
You're making it out like I've been messing you around and leading you on.
I think if he's kissed you and he knows that you have feelings for him, he can't lead you on like that.
Okay, here's another great phrase, to lead someone on. Now, Binky's friend says this to her, says, he can't lead you on like that. Now, to lead someone on is to pretend that you like them romantically, but you have no intention of taking it further or committing to them. So he kisses her, but actually he's not interested in a relationship or anything like that. So he has led her on. So lead, led would be the verb forms. Now again, this is quite a negative concept, isn't it? The idea that you're kind of fooling someone or deceiving them, letting them think that you want something more than you actually want. So you kiss them or hold their hand, and in reality, you're not that interested in them. So yeah, not a great concept.
I think if he's kissed you and he knows that you have feelings for him, he can't lead you on like that.
One thing I didn't want to do was hurt her and lose her, and I've done both.
And as far as I'm concerned, you have strung along one of my best friends for about 6 months.
And we have another phrase here, to string someone along. Very similar to lead someone on, but there's this idea of it happening over a long period of time. To string someone along takes weeks or months. It's again the idea of deceiving them, letting them think that you want something serious, but actually you're not that interested at all. So you've been stringing them along. You've strung along my best mate for 6 months. So you have been deceiving them and letting them think that you're interested in them, but actually you have no interest in them at all. Again, the verb form would be string, strung, strung.
One thing I didn't want to do was hurt her and lose her, and I've done both.
And as far as I'm concerned, you have strung along one of my best friends for about 6 months. Do you not think that you could have maybe cut it off a little bit sooner?
Okay, the phrase here, to cut it off, means to end the relationship. But we would say that phrase, I'm gonna cut it off. Personally, I would probably say to break it off. I'm gonna break it off. I'm gonna end the relationship. So cut off, break off, kind of interchangeable really here.
Do you not think that you could have maybe cut it off a little bit sooner so that she didn't literally build up all these feelings? Like, you've been lovely to her, you're an attractive guy, of course she fell for you.
To fall for someone. So now we go back to the romantic aspect of it, and that is to suddenly have strong romantic feelings for someone. I'm sure we've all felt it at some time. You know, you meet someone and you just fall for them. It happens quickly, you can't predict it. Suddenly you realize, oh my goodness, I love this person, or I really want to get to know this person more. So yeah, a nice feeling, I think, for all of us. Remember, fall is an irregular verb, so it'd be fall, fell, fallen.
So that she didn't literally build up all these feelings. Like, you've been lovely to her, you're an attractive guy, of course she fell for you.
So what's happened? Tell me everything.
So you know JP?
Yes.
We have been kind of on and off for a while.
Okay, the phrase on and off, this is perfect to describe this relationship, where 1 minute they're together, then the next minute they're not, then the next minute they are, on and off, right? So an on and off relationship is the collocation that we're looking at here. And you could definitely say that Binky and JP's relationship was definitely on and off for a long time.
We have been kind of on and off for a while. And it was getting confusing, like when we went out and stuff, you know, we'd be all over each other.
Okay, this is a nice phrase, to be all over someone. So in this case, it has a few meanings, but in this case, it's to be kissing and cuddling someone, probably for a long time, and perhaps in public. So you are literally like all over each other. Yeah, it kind of makes sense, right? It's kind of self-explanatory. So maybe you're walking in the park and you see a couple kind of kissing and cuddling and whatnot, you say, oh, look at them, they're all over each other.
And it was getting confusing, like when we went out and stuff, you know, we'd be all over each other.
I want you to know, though, from the bottom of my heart, that you are the only person that I have eyes for.
Good.
Okay, you are the only person I have eyes for. And that means I'm not interested in anyone else. I'm only interested in you. I only have eyes for you. So I'm not interested in anyone else, just you. It's a very romantic phrase, that idea that it's just you and me in the room, no one else. I only have eyes for you.
I want you to know, though, from the bottom of my heart, that you are the only person that I have eyes for.
Good.
You and I have become a couple, and I would very much like to take it to the next step, and you be my girlfriend.
Bloody hell. I thought those words would come out your mouth.
Is that a yes? Yes. Is it?
Okay, and we climax with this final phrase, to take things to the next step, or to take things to the next level. And this means to progress. So if it's they're just casual, then taking things to the next step would be to become boyfriend and girlfriend, or to have a relationship. So if we take things to the next level, to the next step, we progress higher. I often talk about taking your English to the next level, and that's, you know, improving it and progressing it to the next level. So yeah, nice phrase, and yeah, used here in the context of a relationship. And this is where JP and Binky become a couple.
You and I have become a couple, and I would very much like to take it to the next step, and you be my girlfriend.
Bloody hell. I thought those words would come out your mouth.
Is that a yes? Yes. Is it?
Wow, what a relationship they have. It's so much drama, right? I hope you enjoyed that. If you would like more videos like this, then let me know in the comments below. Now, if you'd like to learn more fantastic everyday phrases, then I did a video all about how to pay the bill in English, featuring the TV show First Dates. You can watch that just here. And if you want to learn all about 20 British accents in one video, you can click on this video, and I'll see you there.